Trial. 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 Trial.
Hello friends, it is me, I'm here. I definitely didn't zone out a horrendous amount as soon as I pressed the live button and completely lose track of just about everything under the sun. Hello E, hello Yumi. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you are having a good day. First of all, I'm really sorry if you can hear the fan in the background. I'm 110% certain that you can. And it's because it's very warm here in the UK at the moment, and if I don't have the fan in the background, I can and will die. So I've tried to like move it away from my mic a bit, so it's still like blowing air on me while also not being like too close to the mic, but it's a guessing game, and I may wind up all throughout the stream like scooching backwards to try and like right, bear with me a sec. Right. Oh, Yumi, that's an extremely big mood, except I've been awake for a while. I've just been like zoning out all evening. So the plan for today, for indeed I do for once have one. We are going to be starting off with the new anniversary event, and then we're going to be doing some raids. Are we? No. A complete lie. I forgot what I was doing. We're starting off the anniversary event, and then I'm going to be doing some of the bard quests for Shadowbringers. So that's exciting, and I am totally not with it. Right, I'm about to do something potentially risky that may end in a blue screen, so wish me luck. Hopefully that worked and this game doesn't blue screen. Or rather this computer doesn't, because something's wrong with the drivers and I don't know what it is, and honestly I have not the fucks left in my body to fix it. I just realised I don't actually know where to pick up the Rising from, so let me go check that one real quick. Hi, Pixie Pigs!
It's been 9 months already. Much love.
Aww. It's a big mood, Yumi. Thank you so much for the resub, Pixie Pigs. It was very, very much appreciated. I actually move that back to where it belongs. I hope that you are having a good day and that you have been having a good... Yes, that is indeed what I mean. Okay, well, fine, whatever. Everything's broken. Whatever. I forgot what I was doing. Where am I picking this up from? Eastern Lenosha. Right. Let's go. I am extremely spacey right now. So, be patient with me. It's gonna be a very chill stream. I might actually save raids until tomorrow and do them off stream. Because I'd rather do the bard quests right now. And also, I'm sleepy. That's the main reason. I'm not awake enough to heal or DPS raids. I'm too like vaguely. Yay! Oh, congrats! It's a really. I hope that you enjoyed Shadowbringers. I really loved it, I have to say. I'm a real big fan of Shadowbringers and like all of the side content and everything. So I really hope that you liked it. Wow! For once in my life, I look super like white and pale rather than like weird and dusty. I wonder if maybe I'm magically fixed the lighting in my room somehow. I don't know what I've done to it, but maybe it's just me. Oh, this is true, Pix. This is very true. I love this barding so much. Aww. Matter of grave import. Isn't the Shining Star set so many hearts aflame with his high flying feats at the Moonfire Fair? Thanks in no small part to your contributions, we were able to close the curtain on this year's festivities in style. The revelry and rejoicing they have ended, needs to say there's still plenty of work to be done. Speaking of which, would you be averse to lending a fatigued festival attendant a helping hand? Fear that comes with an unfortunate after effect. Wish to say this beautiful beach remains cluttered with an unsightly amount of rubbish and refuse, much more so than I could ever hope to gather up my own. We know this is a rather trivial task to impose upon a venture of your stature. Would you be so kind as to help me tidy up a bit? It really would mean everything to me. Should you find any discarded items, simply return them to me here. I will sort through them and see that they are disposed of in a proper fashion. Clean the beaches, guys. Recycling is good. Pix, that's a mood. This morning I threw my back out over the weekend. So this morning I had a really slow morning, and I got to the bus stop, and lo and behold, the bus was not there, and I was like, well, it must have gone without me. No, the bus was 5 minutes late, so I was about 5 minutes late because I had walked very, very slowly into work, but oh, for sure, Yumi, for sure and certain. I do that quite often. The problem is what I tend to do is I tend to get distracted either like reading true crime pages on Wikipedia forever, or what happens much more often is I get caught up in like watching Vine compilations or TikTok compilations for the 5,000th time, and then I'm like, ah shit, it's really late and I should go to bed, or I should like turn my phone off and go to bed. But happy to take any discarded items you picked off your hands. Beach lunch, departed fairgoer, and message in a bottle. Couldn't be a map, could it? So yeah, I'm very sorry if you guys can hear my fan in the background, but such is life. It's very warm here this week. Wouldn't do to launch celebratory fireworks over a beach littered with jetsam and junk. Well, now what have we here? Appears to be an ordinary bottle, but is this a letter inside? How curious. Why, I do believe I'll take a closer look. Nettle land, heavens be crimson, seep black doom, stray seeds valiant. It's no use, ink is smudged in so many places. Deciphering the letter and full is all but impossible. That said, all this talk of heavens being crimson and seeping black dooms, it isn't very pleasant, is it? What is the message? A warning of sorts, intended to help us forestall an impending calamity? Perhaps I may be thinking this, but better to sorry, wouldn't you say? I have half of mine to take off immediately to go investigate further myself. Sadly, I have another half of the beach here to clean. Please, might you be so kind as to look into the letter on my behalf? My friend, Bran, in Nimsa Laminsa, he's a veteran reporter for the Venerable Harbour Herald, just happens to be an expert on cryptic poems and prophecies. I'm sure he'll be able to tell you something about it. I'm terribly sorry to burden you with yet another menial task like this, but the fate of the realm might very well be at stake, and wherever this leads, I promise to compensate you properly for your labours. Safe travels, friend. Also, I hope you guys like Maeve's new and updated Bard Glamour. It's just as flouncy before with a coat, except now I have lace-up high-heeled thigh-high boots, and a choker, which I'll probably change, and this very cool Ravel Keeper's headband, which I really like with this look. It's very, like, summer festival. I normally wear a different bow, I just haven't glamoured over this one yet. At least up top it's very summer festival, but I really do like it. I look like a big nerd, which is, you know, as it should be. I'm waiting for the fireworks that appear in that, like, MSQ. What do I want? Oh. You know, that is very Faerie. This boat makes it very difficult to see. Oh well. Right, let's go deliver this to Limsa Mimosa. I was just here handing in stuff and cleaning up my inventory before before Stream Live. Oh, the Moghead will be back, don't worry. I think I'm gonna keep my Shadowbringers glamours for a bit. And I'll probably swap back to the Moghead pretty soon. Well, I mean, no. The Moghead is attached to, Hello, Trash Panda. Yes, I am. I have, a character on Faerie, a character on Odin, and a character on Balmung, but I mainly play on Odin and Faerie. I haven't really started my Balmung alt yet. Lima Bean, Limsa Mimosa. But yes, Faerie is my forever home NA server. I like it here. I mean, given that my experience with other servers is limited to one, I don't have much to compare it against, but I really do, I do like it here in Faerie. It is a good place. Lima Mimosa? Best of both words, maybe? Glamours, that's what I was talking about, and then I spaced off into the ethosphere. The Markhead is going to stay for Summoner. It's just that I'm leveling Bard at the moment, so I'm trying to do as much as possible on it. Exactly! Good old Lemon and Mimosa is my home city. Business and brand, best data quickly. This gas leads to following incidents to investigate. Also got that good old Limsa, Lemon, Mimosa, Lemon Beans, Limsa Beans, I was wondering about the study today. Couldn't have come to a better place. Hand it over, my good man, and let Brand see what he can't clean for you. It's like a clock here in Limsa Mimosa, etc. Yeah, Noghead will remain my summoner glamour forever. It's just that comradeship from none other than that roving minstrel of no small repute. As for the contents, why, it's none other than a particularly portentous passage from the 7th verse of the Divine Chronicles, as written by Messiah Thousand Eye so many years ago. If you care to hear it, old Bran would be happy to perform a dramatic reading of the full words. Ne'er till land consumes sun can see. Ne'er till land consumes sun can see. Oh fuck, I missed that. Stracy's quicken and ashes grain base. Valiant blades forged under the 12's good grace. I won't be worrying over much. Scott is positive with prophecy foretelling the 7th temple calamity, which as we all know is come and long since gone, and thank the 12th for that. As for why a minstrelling friend saw script to scribble this down, bottle it and toss it into the sea, well, why don't we saunter over to Ultai and ask the man himself? After all, what with it being the rising and all, it's as good an occasion as any to reflect upon the rebirth of our realm. As it were. Hey. Have you got the actual, like, full thing? Yes, yes? I wonder what it says in the other languages. I will have to look it up after this. Because I totally missed the beginning of that. I've also got, me fucking with it or not, I've got a cut right on the side of my mouth here, and I don't know where it came from, and it's really annoying. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, I don't know, I mean, you'll next see me at Summoner, no doubt, with the requisite Moghead, whenever the next bit of content comes out. So I will always and forever be a Summoner main, it's just, you know, healing makes the queues quicker. Might interest you in a song? You do this humble mister a great honour. Be happy to oblige, but be forewarned. There may be matters which I am not at liberty to divulge. But of course, anything and everything you'd be willing to tell me and my colleague here, old Bran, would be nothing but appreciative. I must say it brings me back a ways. I did indeed scribe this letter many, many years ago, before the calamity described therein came to pass. A disaster looming nigh, I sojourned in a small farming village just a stone's throw from Bloodshore. Oh, find me, Trash Panda. Thank you very much for the follow. It is very, very much appreciated. Called it that. That is this one. You run a bottle and cast them into the seas in hopes of warning Eosians far and wide about the realm's pending doom. Many of my adventurer acquaintances assisted me in the task. I think that one that's lettered would find its way to you after so many years. Yes, fate works in mysterious ways. Thank you very much for the follow. It is very, very much appreciated, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Do you believe that my muse stirs within me? If you might indulge me for a moment. Yay, I'm glad to hear it. Oh, too light. Oh, it's washing me out. I understand what they're doing, but given the fact that I literally only have Dark Knight and Bard unlocked on this character of those lot. Greetings, Warrior of Light. You needn't be alarmed. I saw that posh Englishness. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your wary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. It is a pleasure to welcome you here again, old friend. Shall I call you the Warrior of Darkness? In any event, it's been quite the adventure we've shared, you and I. Oh, how the years have flown by since I crossed the rift to this world. I trust that your adventures here yet stir your heart and nourish your soul. Should really have been doing this as a summoner for maximum feels, but Vince will go down in history this vast realm. A job, of course, that we could not do were it not for your extraordinary exploits. One might even say that just as you've embarked on your adventures, we've also been on an adventure of our own. Each adventure brings meetings and partings, and countless trials that must be overcome. The task is never an easy one, but at journey's end, we emerge stronger, more enlightened, and closer to the individuals we want to be. For this reason, and many more, this world we share with you, is near and dear to our hearts, as nothing else could be. Oh no. I mean, I'm not sure how far along in the story you are. I'm gonna be doing, As it come to pass in those that yet a dream, and together we will tell a tale that will live on long after we're gone. After this, I'm going to be doing some of the physical DPS Shadowbringers classes. Quests even. I know how to speak words, so. Okay, yeah, I'll tell you when the spoilers happen then. Vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. In truth, there are others who have messages they wish to share with you. But do not worry, we shall find a way. Watching over you. Guide the realm into peace and happiness, Warrior of Darkness. Till we next meet. Oh wow, that's very impressive. I actually did a very similar thing with Stormblood. When Stormblood released, I was maybe halfway through Heavensward, possibly a bit afterwards, and I got caught up within 1 or 2 patches, so that's impressive. There is a lot to get caught up in, but why, that has to be the most mellifluous moving composition I've ever heard. You've outdone yourself this time, my minstreling friend. Why, I best be getting back to the Herald and put pen to parchment before I go forgetting the words. Be seeing you, friend, and tell Pobiano the greatest Gaz and Limsa sends his regards. If you couldn't tell, really love this game, and I also wrote in rubble and ashes to stand as strong today as she ever has. And to you, whose courage and devotion will see our realm to an even brighter tomorrow, I dedicate this song. O hero of rebirth traversing, heal you the scarred land. Lay bare cloistered truths and tame the skies, let Asher glide your hand. O hero of rebirth traversing, break you the tyrant's bonds, embrace your sin and chase the light, to darkness a world will dawn. That sounds a lot like it's talking about what we've already done in Shadowbringers, but... When the calamity raised this land, the Oyosia we once knew was lost to us forever, and yet the realm as it once was lives on to this day in the hearts of those who call it home. So it is in that season of remembrance my thoughts turn to those who are with us no more, and to the world that they left behind. For it is truly knowing and understanding our past that allows us to stride confidently toward our future. Hint, hint, perhaps. So what usually happens in the Rising is you will get these poems, the minstrel's poems, which tend to comment on, that's the screenshot I wanted, comment on the story that's past and sort of give hints as to story in the future, and that poem sounded a lot like it was talking about the events of Shadowbringers rather than the future of Shadowbringers, but maybe I'm interpreting it wrong. Once we've handed this quest in, I'm going to look up the translations in other languages. And like the whole poem that I missed there. Oops, where is it? Load screens are always long in events. I got this mount recently and it is extremely good. That's right, it's a giant turtle. I wonder, the turtle, well, they can fly, so it must be able to go underwater, is well, turtles can go underwater, can't they? It's tortoises, so it's a giant tortoise actually that aren't water-going creatures. But it is a giant tortoise, I should say. Adamantoise. Quite faster than he appears. Me too. I too make that noise when you whistle for me. Source summer touches. Sexual train not only to accept riders, also wield ancient magic, so it's allow the colossal scalekin to fly. Here we go. There you are. I was wondering when you'd be back. Was Bran able to help you puzzle out the meaning of that ominous missive? Year-old message to warn the people of the Seventh Emerald Calamity, you say? Phew! And here I was worried we were facing our impending doom all over again. At any rate, I owe you something for going above and beyond the call of duty for me today. This might not be much, but please take it with my most sincere gratitude. Yay! Ever since you left, we've had more and more of those bottles come floating with the tide. Pleased to say that this time the words are not ominous in the least, and judging from the penmanship, it would seem they have come from a variety of senders. Yes, messages in a bottle seem to be all the rage these days, which would be all in the good if I weren't stuck with the task of keeping these sands shiny and spotless. Gives me an idea. Curious about the contents of these letters, perhaps you'd be willing to help me pick up a few of them? I'll even throw in a token provided by the festival authorities for each bottle you bring to me. What are the tokens good for, you ask? Why, they can be exchanged for a veritable bounty of simply delightful seasonal goods with a rising vendor. Take my word for it, it'd be more than worth your while. You done sewing to lend poor Pobiano a helping hand? You truly are a saint. Perhaps you're just curious to find out what all these letters say. I couldn't blame you for that. I am too. Anyhow, what with how many of them washing in these days, I don't suppose they'll be too hard to find. Bring me back what you found and I'll open them right up. My nails are quite suited for the task, mind you, so you can read the message at your leisure. But first, couldn't get very far anyway. Oops. That's what I wanted. I know what all of my keybinds are, looks around shiftily. Blue craft by the nice blessed, this tiny mechanical Eastella, National Matoya to some, wears a black garb that marks her a member of their community and bears a deadwood rod symbolising her commitment to driving back the light. She's so cute. Oh my gosh. She's so cute. So cute. FFXIV translations. Give me the translations. They said honking. Message in a I'm really annoyed at myself because I forgot to do the summer event, aside from like the first time, and I missed out on a bunch of the collectibles, so I'm going to see what we can get now. Are they all just posters? They're pretty good posters, but I'm not... The only one I really want would be the Liberation poster. The message in your hands, I see. Just happy to see me. Excellent. I'm more than happy to furnish you this spiffy, shiny, absolutely official writing token, so you can change it for only the wider weight festival goods and accessories available from our vendor. Dope. Mine was gazing up at the fireworks, did an excellent job setting the scene. Whoever wrote this and wherever they are, no doubt they want nothing more for their words to reach an adventurer like you. And the letter just says, you are a nerd. The price I hammed upon a minstrel cheerfully strumming a tune before an admiring cloud of adventurers and townspeople. Promptly cuts like these have been happening more and more of late, and I dare say nothing fills the hearts with joy quite like seeing people of all ages, backgrounds and walks of life bonding over a love of music. To all the talented composers and instrumentalists out there, we thank you for providing a soundtrack to stir our own hearts. We hope that the music of Eorzea served to render your adventures even richer and more memorable. Ever in harmony with you, a humble instrument maker. Oh, that makes me want to cry because it really does. Can you tell I'm really emo and emotional right now? Oh no. That was good. Vendor. I was the vendor. Where would I be hiding? Thought I got hold somewhere here on Eastern Lanosia. Somewhere over this way. I do like that they did a really good job of like tying this event into the previous event and being like, yeah, the like mechanic of this is that you pick up a thing. Do I want to do the other letters? I do want to do the other letters, right. Remember how I just swam away and decided that I want to do the other letters first? I'm an idiot. Did you know that? Today is going to be a pretty chill day, so if you're here for like hardcore raiding and stuff like that, it's not going to happen. But if you're here for me hanging out and doing some nice quests and just generally having fun, then you're in the right place. Boing, boing, boing. Okay. Let's go pick up the medium letter. Poo, 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 dee, 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 dee. Okay, here we go. The vendor is right there apparently, so Gaia bless the people who put that in say chat. Here we go. Take on some encourage you to peruse our wares. Ooh. Let me get that one. And to be honest, you could probably buy all of these. I'm just doing these to read the letters, to be honest. Here we go. Right, that's fine. Just put me in a cutscene. I've got these 2 posters that I will put up in the house. And I'll be annoyed at myself that I completely spaced out on doing the summer event. Oh, Premogs! Premogs! Well, many a bard and minstrel plies their trade. Or what I would not give to visit that far-off land and hear their strummings with my own ears. Such is the vain dream I hold on my heart every day as I sit in this dark room, pounding away against a great machine of levels, dials, and blinking lights. Countless sounds have been given life in this cold, dark place. Perhaps you have paid special heed to them, but doubtless many of you have not. There is no shame in this. On the contrary, this is proof that they form part of the natural fabric of this world. And yet, at some point in your adventures, if you could pause for even a fleeting moment to take in all the sounds of the living world around you, nothing would give us greater pleasure. At any of the devs, or indeed anyone involved in this wonderful game, if you by some odd chance happen to be watching some random loser in their pajamas streaming your wonderful game, thank you. Because it is brilliant. It is very, very, very good. I am a big fan. And if you couldn't tell by all the hours I've sunk into it over the last, how long have I been playing this game? Gosh, it must have been just over 2 years, because I started playing it just before I moved. When I say just over 2 years, I mean actually probably closer to 6.5, Jesus, 2.5 years, because I started playing I want to say in the downtime before Stormblood released. I know it was just before I moved, which means it would have been late. It would have been like very early spring of 2017 is when I first started playing this game, and I've sunk many hours into it since then. Here we go. Okay. Pardon me. I'm so proud of myself. I thought maybe I hadn't got sick going down to London, and then I think I have, so it's a suffering time. Aww. If I'd been a member of the Resistance for years, not that we ever had much luck against the Guardians, felt like we went from one defeat to the next, our numbers growing smaller each time. But that'll change when you and the Alliance arrived. Your brave deeds turned the tide not only here in Alamega, but all the way over in Doma, from what I've heard. I'll bet those Imperials hardly knew what had hit them. But even though the fighting here has come to an end, we face a hard road ahead. We'll need to band together as never before if we're to heal the wounds inflicted upon our land by the Guardians. And yet we have faith. After all, it's you and your comrades who've given us this chance, and we'll be damned if we let it go to waste. You have our gratitude, hero. Have your comrade on the battlefield? A former fighter of the Resistance. Oh, that is so cute. That is so stinking cute. So I'm trying to find the letters and it is misbehaving. It's because Reddit hates me. Here we go. So I'm going to copy a link of all of the letters into chat if you guys want to read them yourself. But there we go. Let's have a sit, and I will read them out. So. Set up message board on an assuming street corner. Seeing the many a myriad words written there each day never fails to fill our hearts with joy and gratitude. Perhaps most enjoyable of all to read are the announcements of various festivities organised by adventurers, gatherings of fellow clansmen, adventurous journeys to far-flung lands, and all sorts of delightful events. We tip our caps to the passionate adventurers who pour their heart and soul into organising these outings. One might liken them to a lodestone, drawing people in and bringing like minds together wherever they go. Finally, we'd express our thanks to all of you who've taken the time to keep diaries of your journeys. It is a pleasure and honour to have both the privilege of sharing in your adventures. All the way for adventures together in small groups and paint portraits of themselves striking stylish poses. As a humble art supply provisioners, all we can do is provide the canvas, the palette, the paint and the brush by which such works of art can be crafted, and we realise there is much we still must do to allow adventurers to fully realise their aesthetic visions. And yet, seeing the masterworks you're already creating each day instills us with pride and passion to continue pursuing our craft. We thank you from the bottom of our heart for allowing us to take part in this creative collaboration, and look forward to providing you with yet more materials to add to your artist workshop in the future. Fresh off the boat after a long voyage across the Ruby Sea, I strayed into the gleaming gold saucer. I found an open space in one of the parlours, set up my table and began to stack my tiles atop it. Anxiety gripped me to the depths of my body and soul. What if Eorzeans had no interest in the dermot diversion I sought to provide? Would my long journey prove to be for naught? Fortunately, my worries soon melted away. Within hours, the Mandeville tables were teeming with visitors, locals and travellers from far abroad alike, each more eager than the next to try their hand at the time-honoured game of mahjong. I am no mighty adventurer, and there is only so much I can do for this realm, and I hope that in some small way the game I teach can serve to lighten adventurers' days and relieve them from the many burdens they bear. Lately, there's nothing I enjoy quite so much as walking the streets of Eorzea's residential districts and stopping to admire the many homes open for public viewing. Seeing the furnishings my colleagues and I crafted with love and care, tastefully adorning such warm and welcoming homes, oftentimes in remarkably creative ways, is perhaps the single most enjoyable sight an artisan can experience. At times the layouts are so eccentric and unconventional that I fear it is only a matter of time before they come crashing to the ground, but I am nonetheless impressed with the sheer creativity on display. As for us, we will do all in our power to continue crafting stylish furnishings and ornaments. May you continue to find joy in decorating your happy homes. No strength to lend you in battle, nor can we craft wondrous items to serve you in your adventures. We can't help you when you're fortunate the gold saucer, nor can we lift your spirits with a happy tune. At the end of the day, all we can truly offer is companionship, whatever small comfort you can derive from knowing that we'll always be at your side. And yet, for some reason, a reason which we can only thank the gods, that's enough for you. And so we thank you, our friend, our master. Simply say the word and we will follow you to the ends of the world and beyond, for you mean more to us than you will ever know. Ever your faithful companions, your minions. God, these are making me tear up, these are so cute. There were those that hewed the stones and those that polished them, those that carried them and those that stacked them one atop each other until they reached the towering height you see today. The mighty walls of Ul'dah were not built by one man, and it is not just the walls. Much of what you see in the world is in fact the total sum of the blood, sweat and tears of countless men and women whose names and faces you will never see. But there is one more who is essential to truly realise the creation of these wonders, and that is you. Without you, all the efforts of those nameless artisans would mean nothing at all. And so we speak in unison when we say thank you. Always remember that you are the reason we devote ourselves to our craft. To those who make a living in the world of the stage, audience reactions are everything. Every joyous cry, each shed tear, we feel it with you, our audience, and then some. Even when the reviews are harsh, we do not look away. We listen to and reflect upon your every word, each time vowing to use it to provide more powerful and effective performances going forward. There are times when the poets and playwrights ask more of us and we feel capable of providing, but never do we back down from a challenge. Everything we do it for you, and we thank you for being an ever-appreciative audience. Many of us do we have painted on our canvases, from familiar surroundings to far-flung locales. If even one or two of them have left an impression on you, there is nothing that would make us happier. And yet all we can do is provide the backdrop, the stage on which you, the star of this adventure, will shine. From skies of azure and seas of ruby to the gentle darkness that comes after the light, ever will we continue to put brush to canvas that you might bring the worlds we draw to life. Ever with you, a humble landscape artist. Nothing mourns my heart quite so much as when I see adventurers walking about town, walking around wearing the clothes and fashions that I designed. At times the colour and outfit combinations are beyond anything I'd ever imagined. This in turn inspires me not to rest on my laurels, but rather to strive to create yet newer and more eclectic fashions. So to you, who I may never meet, and whose name I may never know, I have only this to say. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing the clothes of my creation to walk with you. A tale is not complete the instant the author pens the final word. No, it is not until the reader takes the tome in hand and the words enter their eyes, their heart. Only then does the story told in those pages truly come to life. One could say that you were not only the protagonist of this grand tale of adventure, but also, in a sense, one of its authors. Your thoughts, your decisions, your actions all serve to dictate the course of the story. And so we hope that you will continue to enjoy with all your heart your adventures here. May you ever continue to breathe life into this world. Hello friends, are you perchance enjoying their fireworks? You can be honest with me. After all, I'm just one of the humble artisans responsible for the show you saw today. To tell the truth, my colleagues and I are responsible for far more than fireworks. Storms of pounding rain and bolts of lightning, auroras that dazzle in the sky, mystic lights and the glowing of crystals. The light and mist that you see upon the stage were all crafted by our hands. Fireworks are a fleeting thing, are they not? They dazzle the eye and move the heart, but in the next instance they turn to smoke, then fade and vanish without a trace. Think just for a moment of how this feels to put one's heart and soul and hours of blood, sweat and tears into creating something that lasts but an instant. But please do not misunderstand. We say this not out of bitterness, but with honour and pride, for nothing gives us greater pleasure than to know that our humble efforts have, even in the smallest of ways, helped your star shine all the brighter, and know that we'll continue to put all our inspiration and imagination into illuminating your grand stage. Though your adventure has just begun, I sense you will yet make a name for yourself. We must all start somewhere, as I once did, and though not every avenue will lead to fame and glory, I have faith in you. Wherever your travels may lead, always remember this, you are not alone. When you stumble, there are those who would catch you. When you lose your way, there are those who would guide you back to your path. Perhaps someday you will be the one taking the lead, showing others how it's done. Until then, keep fighting the good fight, and may good fortune befall you. It feels like only yesterday that the voice sworn on the shores of Silvertear Lake marked the beginning of the 7th Astral Era. You may not remember me, but I was there alongside you, well, figuratively speaking, as we launched the attack on the Praetorium. I'll never forget the way you cut through the Imperial lines like a hot knife through butter. My unit would have been slaughtered if you hadn't arrived when you did. I was sent back to my hometown to recover from my wounds, but I wish I could have thanked you in person. Still, I'm grateful for the chance to see my family again, and would have you know that they appreciate your heroic deeds every bit as much as I do. I still remember the day you came smooking into Ishgard on the back of that dragon. I recall that it took me Zoraimeric a moment to realise you were a friend, not foe. I must admit, I was one of those archers prepared to fire upon your draconian steed. It's a good thing I was wearing my helmet, as I have no doubt my face was beet red with embarrassment when we saw it was you. Having said that, I'm sure it would have been lost among the crowd, as there are a fair few of us there to mark your return. Fortunately, being one of the rank and file makes it rather difficult to directly express my gratitude for your brave deed, which is why I chose to pen this letter. Even then, I must rely on the tides of fate to carry these words to you, though as you have proven, miracles can, and often do happen. I'd voted Temple Knight. I've been a member of the Resistance for years, not that we ever had much luck against. Okay, here we go. So we did that one already. I snuck this letter on board a certain apparatus before it was sent hurtling backwards through time and space. As it wasn't accounted for on the storage log, I could begin to calculate where and when it will eventually arrive. Even if I were to succeed in sending it 2 centuries in the past, the odds that it will safely reach the hands of that hero of the legend are infinitesimal at best. And yet the chance is not zero, and it is in the remote possibility that I place my hopes. My ancestor, the first of the name I now proudly bear, once told me that the hero he befriended was, for all of their many talents, above all a person possessed of great fortune. Fortune that suggested that the 12 themselves truly did smile upon them. In that sense, it's not unreasonable to expect that it is indeed you who's reading my words today. And so I say, thank you, my friend. Thank you for saving our past and giving us hope for the future. And above all, please look after him, won't you? Biggs, third of his name. 18th President of Garland Ironworks. Ah, I'm not crying, you're crying. I love this game a whole lot. It is a very good game and makes me do the sads. Time to completely tone shift. Let's go do some bard quest. Ugh. Pushes tears back in body. Get in there, scrub. I don't know, I just really love this game a whole lot. It's a very good game. I like it a lot. Would recommend to everyone and anyone. Where do I want to go? Pendants, I think, is Oh, that's a big mood, Trash Panda. Definitely solidly cried out loud during several parts. I did like, I streamed like, I took the week off when Shadow Rings came out and I streamed the whole thing. And I solidly cried out loud on stream at multiple times. Definitely at the end of the healer role quests. Also, if you are leveling a, if you don't want spoilers, or if you are going to be leveling a physical DPS, I would recommend pause here, because I'm not going to be doing the physical DPS quests. I'm just going to be doing the first 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. 7, 9, 80, and then I'll do the capstone next time. But I think I've got the quest things right. Okay. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be... I'll forever laugh that he works it out by looking at our crotch. So yeah, these will be the role quests you'll be doing, so if you don't want spoilers, I would recommend, unfortunately, pause here as it were. My name is Lyric, and I am a bounty hunter. Not just any bounty hunter, I will have you know. Nay, I'm not one to settle for the run-of-the-mill prey. I hunt sin eaters. Not only that, I've recently set my sights on a particularly notable find, one of the 4 cardinal virtues, those infamous instigators of the flood itself. Naturally, it will take considerable strength and skill to defeat such a formidable eater, and I'm not afraid to admit I cannot do it alone. However, with the aid of equally formidable allies, I'm confident it can be done. And you, my friend, are exactly the sort of ally I have in mind to recruit. Yep, I'm definitely interested. You'd be interested. And should the challenge alone be insufficient motivation, know that I have substantial financial resources at my disposal. You'll be duly compensated for your service, rest assured. Much as I'm certain you are the right man for the job, 'tis only meet that I should put your skills to the proof. A simple test should suffice. Pray do not be offended, but you would be shocked how many people present themselves falsely in order to enrich themselves or to impress others. Looks around shiftily. I've done 2 of this guy's quests, so I know a little bit about it. I'm just actually going to double check that I've not somehow managed to screw up. Disciple of Magic Quests. That's what I want. Whoops, nope. World Quests. Here we go.
Come on in, Chuck. Come on in.
Hello, Minxilla! Thank you very much for the raid. It is very, very much appreciated. Okay, Trash Panda. Unfortunately, we are now in the spoiler zone. Hello, friends from Minxilla stream. It is me, Amochio. I am currently streaming Final Fantasy XIV, if you couldn't tell. We've just done the Rising event, and I'm now going to be doing the physical DPS role quest from Shadowbringers, which is the last bit of content I have to do aside from like extreme primals and stuff. But it's the last bit of story content I have to do. So I'm currently working on that. Hello, Region Prime. I hope you are having a good day. Did I just forget that I can fly? Absolutely did. I'm so bad whenever people raid or host. I'm like, I don't know how to introduce myself. I'm a big nerd and I like Final Fantasy and indie games and oh, thank you, I appreciate it. It's just it's the byproduct of upbringing in North London. Same. You'd only slay beast of suitable frosty before my very eyes to demonstrate your own. Naturally, you require bait to lure one out of hiding. My brain just like freezes up completely. Got your package here, as it were. And here is your payment. Intrigued by this guy. I've done this main question. Easy to have it delivered than to take a detour and pick it up myself. Rather more efficient as well. Time is money. Now then, you need only place it in the open and slay whatever comes to claim it. Cannot imagine it'll take long for something to come here though. Yay, I am glad to hear that. This is when you will laugh at me because I... Thank you for the follow, Minx. Thank you. To be honest, that's what I do most of the time. Get halfway through a sentence and then I start spacing out forever. Aw, thank you as well for the follow, Eugen Prime. It is very, very much appreciated. Yeah, this is where you will laugh at me because you realise that I don't know how to play Bard. What is this quest class even? How do I play it? What am I doing? Etc, etc. Ooh, a 17k hit. I do like that. Let's come, let us return to the Crystarium at once. Did not set my home base to the Crystarium. I should do that. To be honest, I've this is like what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks. It's been like 2 days capping on tombstones and stuff like that, and then I'm like, okay, it's time to level Bard, and then I spent like all day, oops, no, I wanted to set home point. I think Penitence is quicker. I spent like all evening queuing for going through DPS queues while I do other things. I love our friends. They are all good friends. Kill one maid. I dare say this is the beginning of a beautiful partnership. Let us commemorate the occasion with a feast. Eat, drink, and be merry. Insert gross eating noises here. My compliments to the chef. Eating noises are bad, and yeah, that's my story. Eating noises. Not for me, thanks. That other virtue I've engaged you to hunt with me. Andrea is her name, and she roams Northrend in the guise of Rentaway, fallen warrior of light and renowned hunter of Eld. She's the most elusive eater who's been sighted in every corner of the realm. Though her movements are unpredictable, she's often been witnessed pursuing and slaying extraordinarily dangerous beasts. Can one imagine the question forming in your head? Why not leave her be? If anything, is she not aiding local communities after a fashion? Alas no, for the beasts she slays rise anew as eaters, which pose even greater threats to the small folks. So you see, this one wretched sin eater is in truth sowing untold chaos by carrying on as she does, unleashing more of a kind on unsuspecting towns and villages all across Northrend. Only you and I can stop her. So I did look it up the other day because I'm leveling Dragoon on my old. So she was a warrior of light. I'm very excited. I'm excited to do it. The healer quest made me cry out loud, so like, whether or not they were heroes or villains whatever 100 years ago doesn't matter to me. The simple truth is, Rentaway was the greatest hunter who ever lived, and beating her own game would be an amazing feat, don't you think? Regardless of what the warriors of light were before they became sin eaters, that's what they are now, so we'll be doing folks a favour by killing one. Well, what say you, friend? Will you hunt Andrea with me? Not really pleasure, but with hopes to sort of cleanse her and take time to study and understand our prey. Eaters can behave in strange and inexplicable ways, particularly powerful ones like Andrea. Been doing my best to get inside her head, to think like Hunter, but it's easier said than done. Anyway, as soon as I've determined where we ought to begin our search, I will inform you at once. Knife. So yeah, we're going to be doing the first 3 quests of this, and then if we have time after this, I will do the raids, because I do need them. So I looked up, and Andrea is sort of the phrase I saw was manliness, but I think it's more like bravery and fortitude of spirit is perhaps a better phrase. You're here to hunt Andrea with me, yes? Of course you are. Why else would you be here? Why wouldn't you know one of my hirelings should be returning with new information any moment now? Greetings, my lord. I'm pleased to report that Andrea was recently sighted in Armoreng, in the vicinity of Samuel's backbone, it would seem. Apparently there was a right vicious spider what was giving folks trouble, and now it's been turned. It's about a dozen times worse. They'd be grateful for any assistance. I see. Well done, my friend. Your payment, as promised. Did you guys know that I can't read out loud, and yet I do it a lot anyway? Looks around shiftily. Why bother going out and pestering at the out and about pestering the small folk for news when you can employ others to do it for you? Better to devote a precious time to rather more important matters, I say. Knowing to my winning strategy, we may now depart for Amarank and the delightfully named Samuel's backbone. From pursuing the spider, we may yet find its maker. The problem for me is that Samuel makes me think of Samael, who's a character from the Secret World, so that's what always plays in my head. By the way, I'm gonna pick this one up as well, actually, because I keep forgetting to do it on stream. Might be of service. So Eden Extremes, which I haven't done. The secrecy. To avoid it falling into the wrong hands, we limit the keeping of records and such to the bare minimum. It does become rather difficult to keep track of the supplies that we deliver, so I've asked Rain to provide reports on your activities. The first such report will cover your time from your arrival in the Empty to your battle with Titan. Can't help feeling it's just a large burden to place on Rain. No doubt she has enough on her plate as it is. Luri, I did what you asked. Ah, Maeve, just the person I was hoping to see. Is that so? Well, before we go any further, please allow me to take receipt of the report. Do not think impertinent to ask, but what business might you have with Maeve? Actually, I brought something to show you. Thancred and Urianger brought this back from Eden's core. If you look closely, you can see images of your battles in the Empty. Urianger seems to think that Eden's memory is captured in crystal form. Would you like to see? Spoopy. I don't know if I'm going to do Eden Savage, but what's wrong? Better to unlock it than not, I suppose. Different from how you remember it? How odd. What could cause Eden's memories to become so distorted? Well, we've been extracting really enormous amounts of ether. Maybe that affected the crystal in some way? Even so, I expect we can find a use for this extraordinary artifact. I think I have an idea. Although it shows us images of things that never actually happened, studying them may help us to prepare for the challenges we'll face in the future. Speaking of studying, Urianger has given me a few tomes to read through before our next expedition. I'd best get back to it, but I'll be seeing you again soon. There we go. I can actually show off the adamantoids flying. That's right, this flying adamantoise is my favourite. One of the stupidest things in this game. If you get car sick, don't watch. Because it makes my tummy go just looking at it. Once belonged to Samuel, but I've seen a troublesome arachnid. A fireplace where such individuals might congregate. Nothing for it but to roll up our proverbial sleeves and do the dirty work ourselves. We shall split up and search the sands for the sin-eater spider. Whoever finds it first may have the honour of slaying it for themselves. Well, after we both search for a suitable length of time, I say we meet back here. Let the hunt begin. God, this mount is so dumb and I love it so much. Oops, no. Ah! Spider time. Or adamantoise time. This is one of those mounts that on like a Lalafell, you really wish it was like a two-person, but on an Ellison, you're like, man, if anyone else fucking stood on this, there wouldn't be room for them. You'd have to be like holding on to the Ellison's shoulders, like desperately clinging on for dear life. I have have no doubt that I should really be doing Major's Ballad for, whoops, for solo stuff, and yet here we are. God, my skill speed, so slow. Whatever did I do to deserve this skill speed? This is just... it's so beautiful and so dumb. I love it. I love it a lot. Nothing quite brings up a bad mood like this tortoise. Turtle-toise, as I should say from now on until I can get it right. Fun fact, I actually know somebody who has a tortoise as a pet, and said tortoise was originally bought for her grandmother. So, that tortoise will outlive us all. Okay, it's now spooky flashback time. There she is, the Scourge of Northrend, the Devourer of Souls, Balan Youths. Runes marked down, they'll be singing ballads about us to the end of time. Never mind the king's bounty. Hell, we could buy ourselves a couple of castles apiece. Here we go, oops, translations. Flanking maneuver as discussed. Wait for my mark, then I missed this bit of dialogue because I was trying to grab the translations of the Rising poems. Damn it, she's on to us. Don't panic, we planned for this. We'll act as decoys while Randaray brings her down. Go! Wait, not yet. There's no need to rush this. Sod it, always so headstrong. Look at me, my head. I can't... The thing I find interesting about this is the different motivations, like, no, come back here. Finish it, you bloody bastard. Finish me. You've got, of the like, the static, as it were, you've got somebody doing it for revenge, somebody to protect a person they care about, somebody to try and help the homeland, and somebody to try and find their friend. Not like end like this, I promise. I'll kill that goddamn beast if it's the last thing I do. Then of the people who give you quests, only one of them that I can think of has a divine, sort of specific motivation, which is the guy who gives you the tank quests. Had headaches before, but the way you were thrashing about wasn't like anything I've ever felt. My bow is much cooler than yours. This bow is about, like, 1.5 mochis, so... By the gods, and I thought we were lucky just to catch a glimpse of Andrea. You're telling me you also were granted a vision of her past with this power of yours? Though, 2 warriors killed while hunting a great horned beast. Beast their surviving companion vows to slay in revenge. I've heard this tale before, I know it. Bah, it's a common enough sort of tale, I suppose. Regardless, she is gone. Come, let us return to the Crystarium and celebrate your accomplishment. So we go, translations of the poems. English we've got, neath pillars of warting and strife, found as the dross of despair, over pillars of eddying life, such high the gales of prayer, flux and flow due the... I'm looking at the wrong one. looking at that going, that sure as shit ain't the poem I was just reading. So yeah, if anybody has the translations of the Rising poems for 2019, please put them in chat. The link should be okay. Nobody in my Discord seems to have it yet, so I'm gonna see if anybody does, but I'm still thinking about that poem while I'm doing everything else. So often my brain will go back and be like, poem. That's how my brain be. Table is set, so I bid you raise a glass with me that together we might toast your spectacular accomplishment. Hearty meal after a job well done. Drink up, my friend, drink up. Put garlic. Speaking of hearty meals, I put garlic in my dinner and I'm regretting it already. I love garlic, but garlic doesn't love me. What's your name? So quickly did we forge our friendship, I hardly noticed until now. Maeve Connolly. Reek and Maeve. Yes, I rather like the sound of that. Reek and Maeve, the daring doer, the brave bounty hunters, the scourge of sin eaters. Once you have slain Andrea, not a soul in Northrend will not know our names. They shall ring out all across the realm. But I should dwell over much on the victory before the struggle. A wise hunter is prepared and patient. To be prudent to send double, nay triple the agent's field to seek out promising new leads. Sure it's wise to spend your money so freely? Worried about the budget for our brave endeavour? Well, don't be. I'm prepared to fund your activities as needed. No expense shall be spared. None whatsoever. And yet you can only pay me a measly £1 grand. They said hastily covering up the amount of gil they actually have because they really don't spend on that much. There they are. Maeve, come to rejoin their bosom companion in the Great Hunt. It's well that you have, for I've obtained new information concerning a sighted Andrea on Calicia. The fiend has transformed yet another mark, a great bear in this instance, into an even deadlier eater. So it falls to Reek and Maeve to slay the newborn eater and continue their pursuit of Northrand's most victorious virtue. To Calicia and to glory. My guess is this guy is the second, or possibly the third son, suffering from air and spare itis. And he has lots of money, but his family don't love him, and so he's trying to make a name for himself so that his family will recognise him as more than just the third son. And that is based purely on my knowledge of rich people, traditional English rich people, and also historical novels. Separately as before enamoring. If you catch the eater first, I grant you leave to kill it without me. I trust you will not be disappointed if the reverse were to occur. Surely not, surely not. I myself will be most put out if I happen to lose you a second time, and so on that note, may the best hunter win. I can't. I'm gonna get hopefully I get a sticker here and here and I get 2 lines, but I can but hope. God, I love this dumb minion so much. It's so excellent. I'm sorry that you guys are getting Steam notifications. I need to turn those off. Work out how to make OBS not pick them up. Oh, I see what happened. At some point, Steam overwrote my keybinds. I must have reset my settings a while ago. Steam were late to the party. Lambert and his mate slew the bear before we could. It's true then, you've cast your lot in with the boy. You poor daft sod. Don't understand. The Eater was a newborn. How could you possibly have learned of it and gotten here before we did? Well, see, it's a problem with relying on hired help. They're loyal to your coin, not you, and you're not the only one willing to open his purse. More importantly, Reek, what's this I hear about you hunting Andrea? With help, I mean, rather than all by your lonesome. Distinct memory of you storming off on a half saying you didn't need anyone, me or anyone else to finish the job. Tell me I'm wrong. Do as you like, help or no, you've no chance of beating me to the prize, because unlike you, I'm not all talk, and neither are me mates. Speaking of mates, how much did it cost you to buy his friendship? Piss off, Lambert. Why are you still here? You got your mark, didn't you? Should choose your friends more carefully, sinner. When it all goes wrong, don't say I didn't warn you. Can I have his outfit? As you may have surmised, Lambert was once a comrade of mine. Took him into my service that we might hone our skills, battling sin eaters in preparation for facing Andrea. Soon came to see that he was not all that capable of a hunter, and so I dissolved our working relationship. Fortunately, he didn't take it in stride, and instead resolved to recruit new companions that he might beat me at my own game. Seemingly his fortunes have improved greatly of late, so much so that I fear we can no longer afford to dedicate time to tracking lesser eaters, and must devote our undivided attentions to the pursuit of Andrea. As such, we should be getting back to the Crystarium, but before we depart, I have one other matter to attend to in Yormore. If it might trouble you to accompany? Ah, but of course you will. Let us be off. Gosh, the amount I'm spending on teleportation fees for you. Yes. I sense a person suffering third son syndrome. Sometimes you alt tab into Discord and you see the going live channel and it goes total views 1. You're like, I hope not. I hope that's more than my total views ever. Must reek the new ears, dare I say. Friend? Speak to my manservant and leave me to my entertainment. Ah yes! Third son syndrome. I knew it. To introduce you to my father and mother. Father is my travelling companion and dear friend, Maeve. He and I was resolved to hunt a particularly deadly sin eater. Indeed, I cannot overstate how terribly dangerous this eater is, that to pursue it is to court death itself. However, when we at last triumph over the fiend, all of Northrend shall sing our praises. Won't that be wonderful, Father? I can do without all the petty details. None. How much do you require this time? Out with it. Oh, never mind. Just give the boy my compass, would you? I'm sure it will suffice for his trivial pursuits. So wait, here are you not? Another handout? Don't play coy. You've never been any good at it. No, I honestly don't know why I came here. Keep your coin, Father. We're leaving Maeve right now. I know I'm supposed to feel bad for him, but I'm like, oh, boo-hoo, fucking rich boy. Tough shit, dude. Fine, I'll just teleport to the Crystarium. Maybe that's just because I'm salty and living paycheck to paycheck. In fact, I know that's because I'm salty and living paycheck to paycheck, but that is the capitalist hell under which we all strive. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. I'm gonna be real pissed if after all my woohoo, I didn't get sick for the first time in London all year, going to London last weekend has actually made me sick. I'd be really fucking annoyed. Forgive me, Maeve, but I'd rather forgo the wine on this occasion. Father's lacklustre reception has put me in rather dour spirits. As you may have gathered from our exchange, I'm a free citizen of Yormore. Owing to my parents' considerable wealth, I've enjoyed a relatively privileged upbringing. Privileged and unbearably boring, which is why I quit the city and resolved to become a bounty hunter. No fool, though. I'm well aware of my unfortunate circumstances, which is why I elected to conceal them from all the people of Crystarium. People who want to jump to uncharitable conclusions. Feel as though you and I have established a rapport, though, and so I thought it best to bring you into my confidence. I pray you refrain from telling others. Now then, since Lambert has decided to turn this into a race, we have no choice but to oblige him and slay Andrea before he does. This calls for a veritable army of hired hands. Alas, in a fit of frustration, without additional resources, we have no choice but to conduct the search ourselves. Moreover, I'm rather embarrassed to admit that I can pay you only a token sum this time, but I trust that you will not deter me from joining me anon. I was never in this for the gil. Really? I mean, of course you weren't. Perish the thought. Right. God, we're like 2 mil away. Do I want to... It's nearly 10 o'clock. Do I want to do a 50-60? I might as well do a... No, I don't want to do a 50... Well... No, in fact, I'm not going to do a 50-60 just yet. Because... that will... do normal raid first in case I get... one of the Eden raids out of it. Gets me some tokens. I'm back to needing everything again because I'm starting to... gear up tank. Okay, 70, 72, 74. Then if next week I do the 76, 78, 80, and then I can do the I can do the level 80 quest, then this description. If such things were possible, you wouldn't have a broken shield now, would you? I can't remember anything from the Dark Knight level 70 quests, so what to say the least. Pain. Body up pain. So yeah, we're just going to be hanging out, doing raids, and possibly some roulettes from now on. So, finally woken up a bit, which means it's chill time. Ooh, this isn't on, Okay, thanks for pulling before I was ready. It's really nice of you. At least these go down pretty quickly, and I can't remember if this guy was or wasn't on my Wondrous Tales. What are we? Death Escape 4.0. It is! Dope. There we go. Oh shit. Me? An idiot? In this economy? kiss and shit. I'm very bad at remembering to dodge that one. I actually have to like sit not like a gremlin, huh, please. Oh, you have to be moving. Oh, you get frozen? Yep, I remember now. Copter doctor, nice. There we go. This one I think is a be out. I'm going to get out just in case. I don't trust the guy. Let's move here. Bring this over this way, gather in, and I will do this. There we go. And duty complete. Gives me a sticker nowhere near where I need it. Officially locks me out of getting 2 lines. Oh. Yep, nope, there's no way I can get 2 lines after this. Balls. Well. And didn't even get a com out of it either. Queue up these raids then. Pray for Sapler to drop. I need my last. Tracker, that's what I need. Beep 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 beep. Yeah. I need one more weapon, and then one more weapon, and then I will be able to get my fancy weapon for summoner. It'll be cool. By the time I have enough weapons for my Astro weapon, the next set of gear will probably be about to drop, because that'll be about 8 more weeks, so that'll be end of October. Yeah, so at that point, the next bit of gear will be about to drop, so I might just leave my Astro weapon as it is. I got the Runken Globe, haven't I? Yeah, I might just leave it at 440. Yeah. And whoops. Okay, well, I'll go here. Do I have any? I do not have any level 76 gear. That's great. That. Yeah. And let's see, with the other ones I will probably never use. Come on people, hurry up and queue, I'm bored. jealous of people who have their deep shadow weapons. Necromancer Meowgician is a great name. Also, that's just like a truly wonderful glamour in general. I appear to be lagging out a little bit. There was an Ostercat, but he has now disappeared. Where are you, Ostercat? Where did you go? There's an Ostercat. Oh. Alarming giant frog. This is my new dance that I got earlier today, by the way. Whoop, dope. I need to do some very quick maths actually. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 divided by 4 is 5. So it should take me 5 weeks of running these each week to have Dark Knight fully geared up. I've sort of accepted that I'm only ever going to be able to like keep one class at like top tier gear each time round, but right. Sorry in advance if I die a lot. Let's just how be. Doop. Fuck me. I feel like popping into a group and immediately saying sorry in advance if I die a lot is a lot akin to accidentally saying that your short-term memory isn't great in an interview, which falls under the list of things I shouldn't have done and have absolutely done because I'm an idiot. You know, that's how it be. Say please don't laugh at me, but you are more than justified to laugh at me. It's both things are stupid, but so am I. Haha. Okay, this is B in front. Now go out to the side. What do I need? Some mana. That's what I need. Now here's a car, so we want to be on the sides. Mana, 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 give me mana, give me mana. Jeez. Okay, we want to be here, and then when those explode, we want to move in. Here we go. Okay, everyone please move in. There we go. Completely lost track of who I have and haven't buffed now. See. Becoming a car or a big man? A big man. Sentences you never think yourself that you would say. And then you're playing this game and you do. Oh, Ren, you are brave. Braver than me, that's for sure and certain. I'm trusting these puggies, they seem like they know what they're doing. Maybe I'm wrong, but... Ah beans, ah beans, ah beans, ah beans. This is normally about when I'm dead and I spend a lot of my time dead on the floor, so like, the fact that I'm not is a fucking miracle right now. That being said, you know, it'd be super great is if I could actually remember to buff the right people. Fuck. Am I extremely salty because I was about to be able to buff? Absolutely sure am. What stacks of this do I have? Is it worth, Yay, blade, get! Need on things. I don't need that, but I will need on the rest of these, because I am going to start needing all of these pretty soon. Dope. And leggies. Dope, dope, dope. I can get my weapon. Everything else can wait, cause I can get my weapon. And I got 2 comms after that. Wow. I'm just impressed that I didn't die to the very end, and I died because I was rezzing. Right, what do I want? Pardon me. I want one of your finest tomestones, please. Now I want to go over here, and I would like to, whoops, no, tomestone exchange, magic. Is it you that I want to go to? It is not. I want to go to Cheap Shadow Gear Exchange. It is you that I want to go to, and I want a Shadow Grimoire. Yes. And yes. Nice. 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 Ooh, I really like how this looks. I like how it looks on the inside of the journal as well. Like, it looks so, like, cool and witchy and goth aesthetic, and then, like, you look at this and you're like, are you really wearing fishnets and stompy boots? And the answer is yes, but quick look at my book. Does it match the mog head? Not really, but listen, just don't worry about it, okay? It's fine, just don't worry about it. I'm just so glad that I finally fucking have, finally have that. Raise that to 0 in sorrow. Ah, what's wrong? I have screwed up. I see where I screwed up. Yes, right, that's good. I do see where I've screwed up. You know what, let's do some raids. I need the other raidy thing, so let's do some of the other raids. Why not, you know? We'll hang out, we'll have fun, and it'll be good. I do really like that Samurai in a Strange Land title. I think that's pretty cool. That is a good title. Gosh, I'm just so glad. 450, finally. Summoner finally begins to outweigh Astro again. I had a while where, because for a while I was saving up for that summoner weapon, I wasn't buying any summoner gear. Meanwhile, I was gearing Astra up through raid stuff. I decided to like completely skip the raid tier and go straight into Phantasmagoria tier for summoner. But for a while, Astro was better geared than Summoner, which I'm a much more confident Summoner than I am probably any other role in this entire game. Like, Summoner is just, it's, you know, it's my class, and it's the class that I like the most, and so, being a, inverted commas, better Astro than Summoner was weird, but, very glad that we're back to where we should be. Just so glad that I finally have that. I can start saving for other things now, like well, let's see. 45. I'm gonna start saving for my head next, I think. I'm just gonna start working my way down. Once I cap this week, I should be able to get my head. And then I'm actually gonna save getting my last two. I was gonna get my my accessories done and like just get them out of the way, but I think I'm gonna save them till later now, because both of my other accessories on Astro are raid. They're like, the rest of my accessories are 450, whereas most of the rest of my gear on Summoner is 440. So I think I'm gonna start with my headpiece. I think that's the best bet. Ah, rude. I imagine I'm thinking about my last two classes, Bard and Monk. I'm gonna be really lazy about leveling them up. Actually, saying that, I'm gonna go ahead and buy myself a whole bunch of level 80 archer gear. Because I can, you know? do this. Oh, Ahila says the first time doing it, which is very cute. So that makes it all okay. Piss and shit. There we go. Can't remember what any of these abilities do. I completely forgot about Celestial Opposition. Said no good Astro ever. It lasts for 15 seconds. Okay. Time for mechanics over DPS. Piss and shit and balls and fuck. Oh dear god. Oh dear god alive. Swift cast you. You focus on keeping them alive. I will start raising other people. No, don't worry. We're going to wipe it up. Yeah. It's fine, that was a practice run. Our other healer has not done it before, so they have the excuse. I'm just bad. really have no excuse other than being an idiot. Although Elite Weeds is truly an incredible incredible name. Okay, move over here, you can have that card. I'm just going to pop over here, I'm going to bomb this in the middle. We'll cover up with this, please. You pray not to die. Eden, that was extremely rude. How very fucking bloody well dare you. What the fuck? Wrong one. I hit neutral sect rather than the actual one I wanted to hit because I'm an idiot. This is a really cool cutscene for what it's worth. I'm just a fool. I love, by the way, that the Eden minion Here you go, Elite Weeds. the actual like focus target. That would probably be helpful. Time for the bad health ice. Right. Where is she moving to? Oh dear God. I love those 2 bone stacks. What do you mean? I'm not annoyed at myself at all. That would be someone else entirely. Here we go. And I can do this. Yay, there we go. It's almost like we didn't fuck up at all. Am I right or am I right? Come on. Give me an item. Please give me an item. An item would be really nice. Please, please. How about that head, which I rolled a 95 on, or indeed the leggings, which I rolled a 69 nice on. Ooh, a body piece. Oh, there we go. No comms though, but that's okay. That's how it be. Right, let's just go ahead and sign up for the other 2. I will see here. Thinking about how it will indeed take me 5 weeks to plus, well, yeah, 5 weeks to get Dark Knight fully in raid gear. And the next piece of content will drop, which will be the thing to augment the phantasmagoric gear. but might... That'll give me time to buy a lot of Phantasmagoria gear, hopefully. Hey, friends. Good, we've got a pretty even divide. That's what I like to see. That. Put this down. Need to go to the other side? No, not yet, right. I've not seen a single scholar for ages, actually. Where did they all go? Oops, I accidentally gave you a purple card like an idiot. Right, be in the middle. I made fun of it at first, but I really do like the music here. Everyone scoots into a corner here. I still haven't worked out exactly where you're supposed to take that if if you have it, I guess. Where you can't knock other people off. Congrats on getting all of my purple cards because you're the only ranged Ultimus VV. cooldown. That's not bad, actually. Maybe out of the middle. Rip my star. Goodbye from the other side. Just bring this all the way back here. Apologies to everyone who didn't get caught in the wave of my regen. There you go. Oops. That, I guess it's a monk ability. Anyway, it still looks like a mouse to me. I think this is on my head. I think we'll be itchy. Emphasis on the don't think. As in, it is something that I often do. Right, lads, enjoy your 1% buff. Yay! Read on all things flopping for. Nice, 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 and nice. Okay. Those white mage wings look so cool, I have to say. Nice. That's what I'd like to see. Take me out. Got one commendation, got one commendation. Right, let's go ahead and sign up for the last one. I'll look at how many comms I'm at. 800 out of 1,000. Close. By close I mean not close at all, but you know. Closer to this one at least. To this crown that I will get for glamour purposes and then literally never wear. Definitely not spacing out there. No way. That would be someone else. Good. Nice even spread. That's what I like to see. Nice. The soft artist of somebody who zoned out a little bit there. Multi-track drifting is a wonderful name as well. I think in terms of mechanics, this is probably my favorite, like... Pop that. This. This. Out here. Find this. Have some funky fresh lag for a bit. Did I give that wrong card to the wrong person? Absolutely not. That would have been someone else entirely. Looks around shiftily. Go. Got 20 minutes to do that one, so we'll find 20 minutes, Jesus Christ, 20 seconds. Fuck, why did I do that? Sometimes life is just yelling, fuck, why did I do that? Okay, right, I'll grab this one then. Me again? Rude. sure there must be a way to avoid that, and I just haven't learnt the timing on it yet. I feel like I always get really quiet when I'm raiding, and it's because I genuinely do need to concentrate, and that like panics me. Having to be responsible makes me scared. Ah, whoops. Fuck. Piss, shit and balls. Yay! Phew, we did it, and I didn't die, and I only had one bone stack. It's the shit that I live for. Ooh, and I rolled a 99 on these hands. So I may indeed catch these hands, these ones. One hopes. Nope, I won leggies instead. Not that I mind. Did I win legs or feet? I feel like I won feet, maybe. I did win a comm though, which is nice. But it is nearly 11 o'clock, and I am going to go get ready for my static, so I am going to end stream off here. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. It is very, very much appreciated, and I hope that you enjoyed. I will be streaming Hyperlight Drifter this Thursday. It's been a couple of weeks since we played, so I'm sure I'm going to be terrible at it, but we are going to keep trying. Then on Saturday it will be return to our normal time with Mass Effect Andromeda, where we're going to be running around in space trying to make friends mostly. Sunday, and it's going to be the first of 3 Destiny 2 trial streams. I'm going to be trying that out, see how I like the game and whether or not I want to stream it. So yeah, we'll be doing that if you're interested. And then next Tuesday will be more Final Fantasy XIV, where we are, hopefully I will be level 80 Bard, and we will be finishing off the Bard quests, and then probably, so I got distracted by the fact that there's a puggy here named Zin Herondale. Herondale is the name from a series of books that I like. Next week, if we finish early, it'll be, you know, roulettes, that kind of thing. That sort of fun and sexy stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Is very much appreciated. Thank you so much for the raid, and thank you for the follows, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. I'm just going to go ahead and let my auto-host kick in because I am dead inside, and I will see you guys on Thursday.